Just to clarify what that means, actually, I was the one that dressed up as the maid and knocked on his door.
It's true. You looked quite nice in that little skirt, the little feather duster. Quite a lovely surprise, I have to say.
It really brings out the cheeks in me.
Yeah, in more ways than one. Matthew, we're going to have Na'Vi versus Gambit. An interesting matchup. We were quietly surprised with Siege yesterday. The fact that he turned up and actually looked pretty decent. He was actually one of the strongest fraggers for Gambit.
He looked really good. And you know what? I think today, of all days,
Easter Sunday.
Navi's going to feel the grips of cold wrists around their ankle bones because this is his chance to usurp his old team to go back after them. I mean, that's pretty remarkable when you really think about it. If he was motivated yesterday on Gambit, if he's feeling comfortable, if he feels happy with his new team, this is a chance to show it again. I was very impressed yesterday that he turned up the way that he did. I do agree with Thorne and what he said about Hobbit as well. This will be a better test of what we see. I didn't think he was lacking yesterday. I thought he still felt contribution. I just didn't think he had the opportunity to really go off.
Remember,
today will be more of a challenge for him in the in-game leading role.
Yeah, he's in-game leading, right? So a player that's not done that before, when you're forced into it, that's when it is a bit of an issue. That's when I do kind of understand the justification of saying, oh, sometimes they will frag less because they've never done it before. They don't claim to be an in-game leader.
He said he really liked it, though. We actually just caught them just going into the elevator, you and I, yesterday after their game, and I asked Hobbit straight up, I said, how do you like in-game leading? He said, I really like it. I really like watching a lot more demos and studying teams. And I asked him, are you looking at demos as a new in-game leader to already start counter-stratting, or are you looking at a specific team you want to model yourself after? And he said, I really enjoy watching SK's demo to learn, but he is watching demos of everyone already.
Yeah, absolutely. It does make sense. And he probably learns a lot more. He realizes that the theory side of Counter-Strike is just as important as the practical side when you're actually just deathmatching and trying to be the best possible player you can. And they're both very valuable skills to have on your side. I'm sure that will help him develop as a player and understand the game more as time goes on. Whether he'll stay as the in-game leader is yet to be seen. Obviously, Seized was the leader of Na'Vi for about a year, but that's when he really plummeted in terms of skills. So maybe they just want to keep him where he is and just let him concentrate. Dosia was the in-game leader for a little bit before he joined. So it's still a bit up in the air. I think this team is still developing.
I think there's something redeveloping. I think is a better word for it. I think there's something in it as well that Seized. Yeah, okay. Maybe the in-game leading is what caused him to plummet. Then you could say, well, he still didn't do very well in Flipside. I think Flipside's a very hard system to be put into. We know that Blade has a numbered system, a numeric system for positions on the maps. We know that he specifically is very regimented, and sometimes it is hard to just drop into a Blade team and do very well.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a best of three. Both of these teams 1-0. We'll see whether these are the winners' games. We've got a sick game coming up next as well. We've got Cloud9 versus FaZe. That's going to be the game of the day, the piping hot match of the day. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you stick around for that. This should be good as well. Bit of a derby going on, of course. A lot of rivalry on the server. C's going against his old team, trying to prove them wrong as to why he was removed. We'll see whether he can step up today. That'd be a great victory for him to be removed, go to Flipside, come back in Gambit, and then beat his old team. Definitely on the card, especially on Overpass. I agree with Thorin. I think Na'Vi are the team that's stronger, and they should be winning the best of three, but I think Overpass is definitely a coin flip. Anyone can come out on top here. It just depends which Gambit turn up. We'll see whether there's an anomaly with C's playing so well yesterday. We will find out momentarily. It looks like we are ready to get in. Before we start, I have some time to break down the buys for you. T-side start for Gambit. You did see the knife before we went into here. It's going to be 4 sets of armor for Gambit. Hobbit with the smoke, 2 flashbangs, no upgraded pistols. 1 kit on the CT side, that's for Zeus. He's got the smoke as well. Look out for the Ninja defuse coming in perhaps. We'll see if that is a possibility. And in terms of Gambit's approach, most teams do focus towards the B bomb site, smoking towards heaven or the bomb site itself. And hopefully we are ready to go momentarily. I can see all headsets are on, all 10 players on the server. Coaches behind them, not with the headsets on just yet, so maybe we have got a couple more minutes. Got Dosia, Mo, Hobbit. Keep going. Caesar at the end.
Caesar's at the end. So who's in the middle? Come on, it's got to be Adren.
Adren, you got the chocolate bar. Get that Twix in you.
Don't steal from
whole
Dosia.
Finger as well. He didn't even take a bite. He took the whole finger.
You're kind of man.
Man after my own heart, yeah. So he's done well there. So he's getting that sugar rush just before he kind of gets into game. Did you ever have any rituals before you used to play official games or anything like that? Was there anything you wanted to
do? No.
Apart from a bottle of wine?
That bottle of wine was my practice regime.
Okay, right.
For those of you who don't know that story, when I played COD, I was in game leading, and basically practice would start with a fresh bottle of wine, and when the wine was gone, practice was over.
It's weird. Whenever I used to play and drink, it wouldn't be officials, but when I played pugs and stuff in the evening, I'd find a sweet spot. After you have 3 or 4 beers, that's the sweet spot.
Sure.
You're you're not nervous at all. You got you lose your inhibitions. You're just really confident. You want to take all the shots. But then, as soon as you got 5 beers, then game off. That's when it all went wrong, and you started like kind of plummeting in terms of skill. So maybe there is a bit of logic behind that. I think a bottle of wine maybe a little bit over the edge, maybe like 3/4. You probably find that sweet spot. I don't think there'll be any alcohol consumed today. I don't think I'll be beneficial on an official capacity.
Yeah, I didn't play a lot of lands, right? Because COD 4 didn't have that many in North America, to be fair. And I think like I went to one Nerve land. That was it, maybe once way back. And to be fair, I don't think I had any rituals. I wasn't at enough lands. And when you're playing online at home, it's different. They're not rituals. Those are just habits, I feel like, when you're in your own living quarters. I was super
weird as a player. I used to...
You're still super weird.
Yeah, and obviously, I even weird as a player, though. Like, I used to do this thing where if I had, like, in Source, we used to play, like, multiple best of ones a day, play, like, 5 or 6, maybe. At these massive lands with a CPL-style tournament where it'd be, like, everyone's the open tournament, open bracket. I would, like, if I had one really good best of one, I wouldn't want to change anything. So I wouldn't go to the toilet. I wouldn't eat anything. I wanted to make sure the chemistry in my body was exactly the same. So I'd even starve myself for 2 or 3 games to think, right, everything in my body right now is perfect. And looking back, and it didn't really make much sense, but it was something I believed at the time. It was a weird kind of superstition, I guess, I had. Hopefully we are plagued of issues today. Hopefully we don't go...
I can give you more examples about rituals in hockey.
Yes.
I was like right shin pad before left shin pad always. Tie my right skate before my left skate always.
Okay.
I usually, depending on the team I was on, when I played junior I didn't, but in high school and all the AAA stuff and early on in life, I always was on the starting defensive line. I'd always have to go tap the goalie's right pad, not his left. Couldn't touch his left pad. Don't know why.
Well, there we go. Yeah, I guess in those kind of sports, it seems like when people have like the lucky jock strap and stuff like that, like
yes,
they don't wash it.
No, man, it's disgusting. Sidney Crosby has one apparently that he does wash, but he'll do it every, so often.
Every 6 months.
And it's like his. I don't know if this is still true or not, but I know it was when he first played in the end. He had like a jock strap he'd had for years that he wore.
Nice.
So, and I don't know if that was luck or comfort. Like I know Gretzky used to wear older gear because it was just more comfortable.
Yeah, worn in.
Yeah. Well, and just like, for example, skates. I thought the Vapor 20 first generation with the blue back was no one's going to know other than a few people that play hockey. I thought they had the best flex. And when I switched over to the Supreme lineup, when I went back to the Supreme 1, I found them too narrow and stiff. Okay. And I didn't like them as much, even though everyone loved them instantly.
Yeah, it's. I guess we can find some comparison there with mice and such.
Exactly.
In Counter-Strike, right? A lot of people switching over to like wireless gear, or people might not think comfortable with that. Maybe something in the back of their head thinking, what if it's just lagging out for a millisecond here, I'm not getting the full response, or someone might be using a Death Adder still, which is considered quite an old mouse. Everyone's on the Zowie gear these days, So yeah, I saw there's that sort of stuff as well. It's like you look at players like Rain. He uses the Q-pad mouse, which is the only pro that even touches that gear. But he's been using that his entire career. He's very comfortable on it. Obviously, amazing with it. And it probably be a lot of people pick that mouse up and think this is trash. I can't use it. But for him, it works exceptionally well. So I'm sure we have lots of bits and pieces like that in CS as well. It looks like we are almost ready to go. I think I just heard the 1 minute. Oh no, it looks like we're good to go, Matt.
I think so.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Twitch. It's the world's largest video platform and community for gamers. It's being broadcast live on there right now. Tell your friends, tell your family, get them on here. It should be one hell of a game as we get into the first map of our best of 3 between Na'Vi and Gambit. It will be a CD start for Na'Vi. I already broke down the buy for you. And Gambit, like we said, 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs as they get into it. Should be favoring the B bomb side. A lot of teams do, but you don't have to. You can go into a default if you want to, but it looks like they will indeed head towards the B site. 1 smoke, usually deployed towards heaven or the site itself. Flash over and try to stick as a unit. CT though facing towards the monster. Now it's going to be Electronic trying to find that first frag. Zeus takes a little bit of damage with the wall bang through the wooden boards at the very start there. He'll be down to 86. Didn't manage to inflict any damage himself. And here comes the final play, like I said, flashbangs in towards B. Flamey, unsilenced USP, gets nothing done, and Gambit just completely bulldozed the B bomb side. Zeus presumably gets nothing out of this. That's going to be round done. 5 on 3. Edward with a crisp USP shot, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Simple walks into his certain death.
Well, not exactly a way to start the rounds.
No.
For Na'Vi, to start the game, I should say. So he's the only one to go down. Perhaps that's fitting. Just about everyone on Na'Vi's dead.
And that was Gambit just Hail Mary in towards the B site. A couple of flashes. You could see a few players experimenting with the unsilenced USP at this point. I think it was Electronic that ran it then. We've seen Oscar and a couple of other Mousesports players try it. I can't really tell you what the real benefit is there. Like, silenced USP is a one-shot kill, and there's the unsilenced USP there. And obviously doesn't make any noise when people run past you. So I guess maybe it has a slightly different feel to it. Maybe more satisfying to shoot. Maybe it feels more comfortable, I'm not sure. But Na'Vi presumably forced by here. I'll see what they decide to do. I can hear some typing in the server. There might be a pause coming in.
I don't see the typing today, though.
I can hear it, but yeah, I can't see it.
They've switched. I love when Anders sits down at this computer. Okay, it's back to default. They always switch the console control, and I never have any idea what's going on. But we're underway. We are underway.
So the force buy does come in. There will be aggression towards short. Zeus doesn't have many bullets left, and as CZ decides to fall back, and C's will be taken down to 12 HP. Look how simple on the scout. Always dangerous in the force buy rounds. You can never discount him in any situation, really. Here's the overview of the map. Electronic all the way up towards long. Edward patrolling middle. All 5 players for Gambit towards B, though. So now they've lost territory in the map. They're going to have to be very slow and methodical here, as is a Zeus lineup. Try and work out where the CTs have gone. Has anyone pushed into players' positions like the playground? That will be the case. Electronic presumably gets 2 here. Okay. I thought he had the chance for 1, but that's why you can't really justify falling back if you've left the entire map open. You have no idea what's waiting for you. I think once you've committed 5 players towards a position on the map, you might be better off just going with it, go for an execute. As you can see, it can all fall apart if you don't have every part of the map covered. That's why you run defaults usually. Edward, only player at A, has got a teammate rotating, and that's simple. We'll make it in time as he comes in towards CT spawn. He's got the scout. Actually hits one through the smoke. This could all fall apart for Gambit now. Bomb plant will come in. Edward's presumably going to spam it. Doesn't want to give his position away. Oh, now he does. Okay. Going to work out for Na'Vi, and that's just Gambit with a poor call, I'm afraid. That's just not the way to operate in the anti-force buy rounds. You need to be either spreading out the default or assertive B play. If you're going to send all 5 players there, you need to be going with it. You can't just call, we're going to fall back now once you've given up the entirety of the map for 30 seconds, because that's what will happen. Electronic finding 2 kills. They weren't even that impressive. He just had to hold his crosshair. Good on the first one. Obviously, the low HP player comes up second, and you can't justify falling back.
That's a tough blow for Hobbit as well, because obviously, new in-game leader, losing anti-ecos about the, yeah, like you say, big strategy call mistake, about the biggest thing to the confidence I think you could have early in a game. So big win for Na'Vi in that regard, and Hobbit's definitely going to have to slow the approach down in those situations. Zeus, he'll head over toward B. He currently runs with one of the 2 SMGs. He'll run the UMP. It's Edward that has the MP9 that looks to get aggressive. There's still guns brought out on Gambit. They want to force back into this and try and break them back immediately. But that comes with a risk, because it now comes at the added weight of losing this and being in a much worse position financially.
1 AK, 1 Galil. Obviously Na'Vi with the advantage here. They've got the salvage weapons from the previous round, and indeed a lot more utility. Gambit have 1 smoke to, I'll make it 2 actually, with Mose. Edward trying to get up close and personal with that bulldoze MP9. This could be anyone's map. No clear favourite here. Gambit quite the specialist when it comes to overpass. Smokes towards middle. It's trying to buy some time here at the 1-minute mark, hold them back. Keep them second guessing as to what's happening here. HE to follow up. Anyone sitting behind it? Not going to be the case though. So look at the map right now. You can see B bomb site not covered at all by the T's. They have to commit to A now for the same reasons we discussed in the previous round. Cannot afford to fall back. So you have no idea who's pushing behind you, what flanks are coming in. They have to be assertive this time, and Zeus will be the first to find the challenge. Edward does well with the MP9.
Dozier takes down Edward. So they actually pull this back to within a reachable distance, at least an achievable goal. As C's now has the UMP taken from Zeus. Bomb gets planted as well, and they still have the man advantage. Gambit can fortify. Mo's watching the flank. The rest stay aggressive, and rightfully so, as Dozier takes out Simple. Watch for him to be a massive factor throughout this series. Electronic still waiting at the stairs, and they might have to make this call inevitably if they want to go. Ooh, Electronic patience pays off. Gets a Dren. There we go. They need kills soon. They do have kits to work with, but they're getting run down. Flamey with very little HP, and C's the one to punish his old team. So it goes 2-1 for Gambit, and the force buy justified. It now leaves Na'Vi in a position where they ultimately can't do anything in return. They've got to sit this round out with just the pistols. Upgrade the pistols somewhat. Okay, fair enough. Electronics go all in. I'm surprised you go all in on pistols at this point in time. I'd rather see them sit for 1 round, accumulate the 1900 on top of it, and then have a better buy next time. But I guess if they're going to go double eco, that's a way more aggressive force than I would have expected.
CS money, not just skins, but future. Round 4, and we'll get into round where we'll have a force buy response, and it'll be a B execution here from the Gambit side. Execute. Pretty basic, but it's going to be working out very effectively. As you can see, both AK kills come in. It's another force buy. Back and forth we go. It looks like Na'Vi will have to take this one on the chin. Their serve has been broken. And we'll see a couple of Deagles and one CZ. As we will watch Na'Vi save the weaponry now. 2 Deagles, 1 CZ. They've got the armor. There's no reason to go and lose those grenades they've got. The armor costs like $1,000 for a helmet. And obviously the incendiary, that's over $600 as well. So worth saving. Doesn't look like it might happen here. Good grenade. And unfortunately for Na'Vi, looks like most of the weaponry will go down. Simple, saving the Deagle, always going to be worthwhile. He can win rounds single-handedly in that respect. So watch out for that. But nice play from Gambit. That's exactly what I wanted to see in the second round, anti-force buy round. If you can go towards B, that's fine. Just don't rush it. Make sure you use the grenades and go in as a squad, have that trade potential. We saw at the major Gambit have some shocking rounds with their B rushes where they would just go up against the pistols, no default round, rush B, no grenades, and they would lose to the CZs and wonder why. It was frustrating to watch, but that was much better.
So Gambit now in full control. 1900, about $2,000 left on the CT side with a potential, I would say, incoming cash flow of 24 on top of it. So buying the next round for sure. Edward takes down Doja. It's a Dren to get Edward immediately back after those. He swings inside of the side. He backs off Monster because he's left alone for a moment. In fact, as he gets the reload and seized, and Mo will take up charge instead. Hobbit's still trying to work from bags. From short, gives him some indication of what's going on the side. Electronic's the one that could spoil this. Tries to be sneaky in the smoke, but just the USP, and nothing can be done against Mo's AK. Simple's got other ideas. He gets Hobbit down with the Deagle. But another round, I think, going to Gambit 4-1. So well recovered after losing round 2. Seized, make sure of it. Seized again, looking to get some frags on the board. He's looking sharp. 6 kills for him. 7 for Doja. Hobbit on 1 and 3, just to note.
They got the 4-on-1 though. Looks like a tactical pause will come in, I would assume, from Na'Vi. They've got some difficult decisions to make. They can't afford the AWP. They can't afford much. They've got over about 4K per player. So that's enough for an M4, some body armor, and a few grenades. Definitely no AWP. So let's just discuss what they're going to go with. Simple what he wants to do. Obviously the AWP needs to be happy here. So a tactical pause. Coach allowed to chime in as well. That's Kane, who was obviously the coach of Gambit beforehand, and Zeus took him with him. It's quite confusing, all the kind of changes. Quite incestual, these two teams.
Yeah, there is. I mean, each region is of that nature, though, to be fair. It's yeah, I often talk about this with the US, and I think there's something very nice that breeds better competition and having localized scenes in Europe. And obviously you want to be the best in Sweden. That's how you kind of start. Then you springboard from there. And it makes it more competitive within a very small, confined area, which is why you have such a great population of players. The US is a little more widespread in that regard. Everyone speaks English. Everyone plays with everyone.
Yeah.
Zeus takes down Doja, not before he found Edward, but watch for Zeus in the underpass at this point in time as well, because Adren going down the stairs, he's missed the angle. And Adren backs up and takes him quite cleanly. So that gives the advantage to Gambit, even though the guns are back up in the hands of Na'Vi. Well, we'll watch toward long, and bomb should be grabbed now by Adren once he clears and confirms that, okay, fair enough. I was going to say clears and confirms that bathrooms are safe, right of passage. Smoke off in the connector to make sure of that.
Well, this is Na'Vi struggling again. Gambit homing in on their 5th round. Electronic, FAMAS in hand. They did buy a kit, just a single one that was simple, that managed to purchase it. Flamey in a decent position, but it doesn't look like they'll be heading in that direction. Electronic is the only line of defense towards the A site. 45 seconds. Gambit can just hold up here. They hold and push towards long. They've got Mo on the AWP, so he can clear the angles. He'll be looking towards APC, checks the tie corner, looks for anyone jumping up, then towards bank. They've still got a smoke. They'll either use that towards CT spawn, and then Molotov bank, or the other way around. We'll see which way they want to operate. I think Molotoving CT and smoking bank is the best way, because at least you know you've removed vision, but they don't even have to use any utility here. You can see they've actually managed to find a completely open site. There's one Molotov, and now go for the open plant. 10 seconds remaining, and the CT's on the other side of the map. Flaming Electronic might want to consider saving their weapons, or the server could die. Oh, hello?
Hello? Henry, server conditions.
Is this thing on?
I think it's actually just our observer because our PC still has action. Or has it not? Everyone's kind of chilling and... No, that's fine. Everyone's still good. So just our observers. So everything's still underway. Flamey and Electronic are back toward T-spawn. They're going to save the weapons. And the bomb will detonate on the A8, making it 5-1. You're the meteorologist. The serveriologist.
Well, we're getting a report in just now that indeed the server is absolutely fine. It was just the observer PC that crashed. That's why we got to the cameras. We're looking right now, and the weather report's coming in. It looks absolutely fine. There's no problems at all. The round is concluded. It's 5-1 in favor of Gambit. 2 weapons saved for Na'Vi.
I recommend if you're having any issues trying to watch at home, go outside and just adjust those bunny ear antennas, and it'll come back in no time. You just got to get the right angle.
It's true. That's sage advice. So we'll probably take a little technical pause for the production team right now to sort that out, make sure everything's okay, as we'll see Gambit extend their lead.
Gambit have indeed, and successfully with money in their pockets still. They'll have an opposition this round of the 2 M4s and a justified force by this time of bringing out armor pistols and a bit of utility in the other 3 players. So they could still get caught off on this. And the fact of the matter is, they're not that established on their money. Seized has the most of it. Actually, Dren's not bad either when I look at it.
See, yeah, 9,200. On the T side, you have to remember that's good for like 3 buys maybe.
Exactly.
Because you keep getting the loss bonus accumulating, so that's okay. So this won't be a full investment for now. I don't think there's a partial buy yet. So they've got about 2K per player. They're going to get $3,400 per player into the next round. Good booster, I like this. You usually get flashed, but if you can have high enough sensitivity to turn away from it, can be beneficial. I definitely wouldn't be able to handle that.
Well, that said, Hobbit's going to work his way toward long, and Zeus is the only one in this site right now. He has a CZ-75. Play from Doji to get Electronic. Catching the bottom of the underpass position for rotations back to bathroom. They keep that under control, and as a result of doing so, that's going to make A lot more, I guess, secure while they work up toward the bomb site, because anyone wrapping in behind them would be problematic. Seas now has the underpass tunnel, so Doji can focus on the front of the bathrooms. He'll do exactly that. Finds Zeus, A site wide open.
Absolutely, and that should be the round concluded. They'll hold on to the M4s again, knowing they probably can't win this round. Grenades towards spawn and the truck. Molotovs in just to guarantee everything's hunky-dory. As Simple comes in, always going to be a little bit troublesome going up against him when he has the Desert Eagle in his hands. Or the Nighthawk, some people call it.
Yeah, that was, was that a condition 0?
Yep.
Yeah,
good,
that's right.
Good memory.
Yeah. I do, and the tactical shield.
That's right.
Good God.
That was my first version of CS I played competitive, was condition 0. Because the logic for me, right, was I went to go buy Counter-Strike. I played in LAN cafes before, and the guy goes, "Oh, the new Counter-Strike just came out today." I was like, well, obviously I'm going to play the new one.
Yeah.
That was just a logic.
Of course. New's got to be better.
There's a new one, I'll play that one. And it was pretty legit.
I do remember, I can never remember the map. There was one specific map in Condition 0 that was only in Condition 0. I can't remember what it was.
The Inferno version they had in that game was sick. It was at night time. So it was the exact Inferno layout, but it was at night. It was really fun. That was
That's why it was the Nighthawk.
The Nighthawk came out then, yeah. Yeah, CZ was a lot of fun. That's maybe we'll play it this week on the day off. We'll boot up the laptop.
All right.
Get Condition 0 booted up. Completely single player.
Don't forget to buy ammo.
Yeah, that always gets me. I forget that was even a thing in games.
Yep. The cool part about that was like the USP took 9mm, and so too did the MP5. Yep. So you could save a bit by being, well, I can justify now purchasing ammo now.
So the way it worked was, it was the Glock that took the 9mm and MP5.
Sorry, yes, that's
and it's the USP and the UMP shed bullets.
Right.
You're right. Yeah, that was the way it worked. So yeah, that was right. It wasn't really much of a mechanic though. It was good. It was removed.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It didn't bring much to the game.
No, because what was the? I forget what the ammo cost was, but it was so
like
small.
$30. I think.
It didn't change much.
Yeah.
Maybe you could save you'd buy 60 extra for the AK instead of 90.
Yeah.
And you get another grenade or something. But yeah, I think it's probably pretty rare if you look into the stats.
6-1. We'll get into a full gun round pretty much for the first time as Gambit keep bullying that B-bomb side. If it keeps working, why not? You have to run through the fire here, though, and it might not work out. Dosia actually gets taken down. Good Molotov towards the barrels. Flamey will have to reposition. They have got the man advantage for the first time in a while. In the 30, remember, no map control. Same theory as we discussed before. They really can't afford to fall back now. They have no idea if CT's got towards Connector, Playground, Party. they'll have to take so long and be so methodical, as a flashbang is decent. But not even checking the corner and no trade potential. That's quite a questionable play.
In, Zeus still wins out against Adren, so they control short. And Gambit, one at a time, dying.
Oh, yes.
Hobbit and Mo will go back toward T-spawn or back off a little bit from Monster in Mo's case with the AWP.
At this point, just try and find some kills. Like we said, their money's absolutely fine on the T side. If they can just run the clock down, maybe find a couple of impatient CTs, find 2 kills, 3 would be amazing. 2 is realistic. Saving, definitely an option as well, considering they've got the AWP. Now just Molotoving choke points and seeing what's available to them. There's the impatience I'm talking about. If Flamey does want to get intel here, and here's a couple coming towards long, maybe there's a chance as Mo will try and cover his teammate, Hobbit. Just trying to cause some damage here to the financial situation. And there's a couple of kills, that's what we talked about. Now he has the AWP, going to try a little bit more, but that's fine. 2 kills keeps Na'Vi very modest. Throws away about 11k in total. So look at the money for Gambit now. They're swollen. As Na'Vi, with the reinvestment, they'll be kept very modest indeed. All the grenades they need to purchase and the weapons they need to drop. Won't be devastating if they lose this round. They'll still have just about 1 more buy if they save 1 weapon. Still not great though, as you can see, averaging about 2k per player. 6-2. Double AWP setup now, Simple and Flamey. It's interesting that ever since losing Guardian, they didn't pick up another AWPer. Obviously, Simple taking the primary role. Very, very good at it, world class, but Flamey is the secondary with him.
He sits to wait and see if anyone will push through short. Entering at Monster, Hobbit gets taken down by Flamey. Again, he keeps quiet on the score sheet. 3 and 6 for Hobbit. Good play from Flamey again to find Adren as well, and 2 straight rounds now that the money will be chipped away at and built up if you're Na'Vi. WGNC is the last 2 alive. Thankfully, the 2 highest fraggers right now for Gambit.
Seized on 6 HP. Once again, trying to see what's available to them. Seized behind enemy lines right now. His day is certainly numbered as Simple heads towards heaven. They are going to push towards him though. Good trade. And a final kills comes in. So Gambit have pretty much gone B almost every single round so far, apart from the exception of the 1 round they went towards A against the Force buy. So 6-3. And 1 more buy. Maybe another. You can see Adren still have a $6,000. A lot of slow B plays and some fast rushes as well. As we head to round number 12, still on the double AWP setup. 3 players towards mid. Simple will follow that thread for a little bit and see where he likes to position himself. Maybe he starts going B at the start with the AWP and joins him in heaven or something like that. As we go towards the B side of the map again, Hobbit wants to crack open this side and keep bullying it. Electronic waits, but he is completely flashed at this point.
Flash for Electronic down. Seized works his way in. Hobbit will hold guard over top toward Jungle and Flamey. Ooh. Hopefully it's a large enough area that he can get away from the flames. Quick flash. Creative. Not timed correctly, but tradable for Zeus to take Seized back. Still leaves them a man down. Gets on all 3. Work this. Oh, they can work this.
Wow.
What a spray. Don't think he would have realized it, but man, oh man, he did damage to Doja. 2 HP. Manages to get out of that corner, though, with the flashbang. Now he's still stuck inside of Pit, but not yet spotted by Edward. Chance he can get one if he's clever enough. That was a flash. Oh, it was a Molotov. I thought it was a flash that went through. I was going to say it was a little peculiar. Burns him alive. Only a single tick required. Good read, and they'll swing in. 1 on the pillar, 1 toward the sandbag. Smoke's not on the bomb. That means Edward's got to go aggressive, and Adren's got that help. So do Hobbit, and so do Mo. Oh, they lost a few guns to the bomb, by the way.
They did, but still a round which brings success to Gambit there. Once again going towards B, very fast play. In they go as Hobbit, they're just rushed up towards short, good flashbangs. He saw Electronic get absolutely wrecked by those as he waited in the water. And then at that point, a decent retake attempt by Gambit. Maybe I'd say they're welcome a little bit too long. You can see they are paying the price here. 2 MP9s, still double AWPs. I want to see Simple go towards B. Yes, exactly this. I want to see him try and get the opening pick. He'll be boosted up and see whether he can take the players down towards short. It's been a bit of an issue. Hobbit going up fast and hits the shot. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Even though he got flashed, wasn't 100%, he could still see. Now he shuts down the B mentality as the Molotov support towards the connector. Another kill of the AWP. Very simple there. That's not good enough from Gambit. Just running around the corner, wide peak. Hoping there's no AWP there, but of course there is. Need to at least flash it. Simple repositions after showing his hand towards the B bomb site. That's what a lot of the top orbiters would do, just moving around. Aim of the game is to be dynamic. As Flamey sees the HE land. The dust clears. No, 4 and 2. Remember, this is a round that came in with 2 MP9s. 4 and 2 with Dosia low HP. Zeus is going to be coming in for the flank here. He's got them locked in. It's unlikely they fall back towards long, so he'll make his way towards bathrooms. And that's where the bomb is heading as well. He's got a perfect angle when the bomb crosses over. I should probably be having a look at that.
Take a look at that. Just look at it.
Sometimes you just got to look it up.
Well, Zeus will look at it from a different angle. Goes out to long and catches Mo. Wasn't ready for that at all. Trying to retreat back toward Dosia, who now has 16 HP. It's at the front of the bathroom. The only threat he has is Zeus. The other two are way back toward the A site, so if he's trying to save this weapon, as long as he gets this kill, he might be completely fine. Although he transitions toward underpass. I don't think no one's close enough to spot him from A. But this is what we've come to, Henry. A T-sided save from Gambit, who had a substantial lead, are now limited severely, and that was break point either side. If they had been able to whittle down Na'Vi once again, they would have been back to an eco.
Round number 11, successful for Na'Vi. This time, Simple boosted up in the B-bomb side. As you saw, he realized he had to make a change, and he finds the first pick, took down Seized, funnels them towards A. Zeus with a nice flank and locks them in. Nothing they can really do. The orb's very prevalent in that previous round. So we've got $5,600. This will be a pause for Gambit. So Adren has the option to drop. Dosia already has an AK and $2,000, so he can drop a Galil if he wants to. That's if indeed they do force. Dosia opts for grenades instead of dropping a rifle. I think the Galil would be much more beneficial considering it looks like they are going all in. So 2 AKs and CZs. Definitely could have had a rifle there. But he wanted the flashbangs instead. This to me suggests some sort of set piece, considering he wants that utility so desperately.
Yeah.
Maybe towards B they go. Again.
Well, if they can isolate one with flashbangs and get a gun off of them. Double up, Simple and Flamey. Ooh, okay. I was going to say... Okay, no, it is. Excuse me. It's Edward with Simple. I was going to say they were both going to be on separate sites, but I thought I saw Flamey running out toward bathrooms as well. He's going to go for the monster peak. That could be decent. Good flashbang. Good timing there from Gambit because that's going to discourage it. No smokes, though, and he's got to line up a clean one at that. Electronic as well inside of the site. That's too clean. That's too easy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, there it is. They went for that B execution again. They are really pushing the envelope on that side of the map.
Well, Hobbit did say they wanted to be unreadable.
It's quite readable to me. Just go B every round. I guess no one would expect that, maybe. As they keep and trying it. It's a little bit desperate. It didn't work out for the first few rounds. You can't argue with it too much. P250s now, Deagles. Remember, Hobbit is the new in-game leader, and he does seem like he's dropped off somewhat. He's on 4 kills, 8 deaths now, and he was one of the most skilled players on Gambit before. So it definitely can be challenging for key fraggers to be thrown on that role. Zeus looking more confident now as he goes towards the connector, takes down the aforementioned Hobbit. Simple. Doesn't miss many shots. That one's no different. Hits Mo. Through the wall, though, and that'll take him down to 15 HP.
Well, Zeus trying to get back out towards bathroom. Can't quite get there cleanly. That's not bad from Dosia with the deagle. Takes Edward down. Zeus now has to backpedal because he has no support, but he's got the M4 that's more than enough, seemingly. Mo's well over toward water as well. So, okay, I said that was going to be more than enough. Dosia is having the round of his life. What is that?
Looking for the ace.
3 deagles, and now 2 guns picked up. They've got armor for Dosia on 46. Missed shot from Flamey. It's Electronic that has to rotate. Thankfully, Flamey's finally put Dosia down, but that means bomb is grabbable for Mo if he can get toward it now. The primary opper has an op to work with. Forget the fact that he does not have armor, but the nade is terrific.
Touchdown with the HE. Nice work by Dosia. Definitely removed some of the cash on the CT side, but not enough to find the round victory there. Definitely made things a little bit uncomfortable for Na'Vi. Mo, like you said, had the orb, but had to get the bomb down. Tried his best, but the HE lands cleanly on his head. Still on the double orb settlement. Impressed with Flamey and his orb. Lots of flicks and good positioning. It's looked quite good so far. Tactical pause for the Gambit side, as you can see. I'll just be discussing Hobbits, giving
speech.
The motivational speech right now.
He is. Just
Guys,
repeat
that B bomb site is looking pretty tasty. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. Last time we sent 2 monster. This time let's send 3.
We'll go 3 monster. Okay. They really have been focused on the B bomb site. I can't stress that enough. But now it seems like Na'Vi have their number on that side of the map. They did try to change things
Excuse me. You would have thought the fundamentals for Hobbit wouldn't have changed much, considering they were so good on this map previously.
Usually, like, in-game leaders and fraggers, you'd think they'd revel in the opportunity because they get to go wherever they want, essentially. They can position themselves where they want to go.
That's why I can do what I wanted.
They can base the timings off their positions and the information they've got. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I get there's a lot of pressure and you're thinking about a lot of different things, but it doesn't add up sometimes. You feel like some of them would do really well. You could Fallen, for example. But anyway, round number 14, simple. Nailing that shot for sure. Won't get the trade there. That's how you trade frags. Got to get there before the AWP has a chance to reset. Adren causing chaos now. First time they go towards A site fully, quickly as well. As C's looks towards CT spawn. Zeus has already rotated in. He's got himself towards a truck. The flashbangs are brutal.
Shots from C's, but only one. I thought he would have sprayed down more from that position. A truck. Electronic snaps his aim to the right, but can't do anything against Adren. Flamey solves at least one of the problems. There's still 2 more. And a flashback his direction, should concede. Although I say that, the bomb plant's not quite there yet. I was going to say, you should concede the bomb plant. That's happening now. Flamey's got an AWP. He could deny it. He could cut them off. He's not left in the open, but Hobbit does find an angle eventually. And we go 8-6.
Very fast approach towards A. We saw Na'Vi adjust their setup and start stacking the orbs on B, going for the boost and dropping the incendiaries at the very start. Hobbit, after the pause, changes things up. Fast play towards A, realizing the aggression had somewhat subsided towards middle. Last round of the first half, 8-7, very likely here considering Na'Vi have 2 pistols, an SMG, 1 lesser rifle in the form of the FAMAS for electronic, and Flamey on that M4A4. 1 defuse kit, 2 smokes. Not looking too promising, so they have to go aggressive here, as Zeus is demonstrating right now. Not really ideal, the MP9, but the nade could do some damage here. Absolutely.
Yeah. Simple's got Doja back. They've got the lead. Not the first time when they started with lesser weapons as well.
It's quite clever in that sort of environment, like real tight choke point like short pipe. You throw the HE in, obviously they have to fall back. They have to hold backwards, and as soon as you throw it, you peek then. They either stop or take the grenade damage, or you catch him in transition, and that's when you find the kill. So that was very well played by Zeus there. 4-on-3. And we'll see whether this is recoverable from Gambit. I mean, this is looking like a round they were going to lose. Going towards short once again. Zeus took 1 down. Managed to pick up a FAMAS from the fallen electronic. Now Edward rotates in towards B again.
So Zeus to wait to set the tunnel. More money, more problems. AWP going to try and creep in this position. He has a suspicion that there's someone on the right. Sees the elbow's enough. Clip his wing and down he goes. Simple's going to have to wait on the ramp, allow them to get inside the site. Low HP, but Edwards done it on his own with the MP9. Not bad. Deagle doesn't have to hit a shot. It's all into Hobbit 1 versus 3, completely surrounded as well. Does spot Simple. Good headshot. Good read that Edwards going to be behind. Sprays 2. Doesn't know where the 3rd is. And that could be what gets him because it's also on the flank. Flamey with the kill. 8-7. As Na'Vi put up decent numbers so far against Gambit on their home map.
Lots of close rounds, lots of force buy victories there. That one was no different. Na'Vi clutching at straws at the buy, but good assertive play at the very start, pushing towards short and shutting down any sort of B approach that Gambit had in mind. Good call by Zeus there to win that last round, but it is a CT-sided map and it will be Gambit leading at half. Here are the scoreboards, as we'll look at the bottom first. Hobbit on 5, same story for Edward. Simple, one of the most quiet games in recent memory. He's usually top and then some. He's at the bottom right now on 8 kills. By no means like an embarrassing performance or anything like that. You just expect him to be at the very top. And could be a quiet day for him. Here the frag leaders. Very impressed with Flamey and his AWP. Dosia, 14 kills on that T side. As we get into the second half here, we'll have a look at the buy for Na'Vi. Oh, lots of run boost there. It will be a smoke and a flashbang. 1 upgraded pistol for Simple. And Mo will be hearing footsteps around him.
Flamey to work his way up toward Mo. Seized is there as well, even if he'd found the first kill. That's not going to go very far. Great shot from Mo. C's nearly catching off. Edward rotating back inside of the side. Get away. Or excuse me, Doji rotating back. He got away relatively cleanly. But now they've got to do battle against two, and C's did Mo a wrecking ball. They're just coming in like Miley Cyrus. I hate when I say wrecking ball. That's what comes into my mind. But that's kind of what they did.
Have you seen that GIF that was created where
with Jason and the creamy Moses? Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it's me riding. It was like an animated
it's
GIF.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll get that tweeted later. That deserves to come out. Like Jason in the green room saying today, like
he's sick that every single day.
Yeah, you've never even realised what it's like to have 3 years every single day of your life. Someone talk about you having cream on your face. Oh,
I thought to myself, we don't do that, but we do.
Yeah, he gets it at least once every other day. But there we go. 97. No force buy here. Sometimes Na'Vi bring out a tactical AK. 4 simple, but they get the AKs in the third this time. 97. Gambit almost certainly going to win this round. It'd be absolutely shocking if they didn't. And they'll be preparing for the AKs themselves. No MP9s here. They got 2 MPs, a couple of M4s, 1 scout for Mo. He knows he's up against no orb next round, so the scout's fine. As we get into it. A little bit interesting. Na'Vi doesn't just rush here. If they can get 1 kill, that's beneficial. It helps out in the big picture.
The mural.
Yeah.
Mo looking with the scout toward long. No vision of anyone yet. Still jumping around. And in comes Electronic, not spotted. Mo might be caught off. He's not careful in thinking that his jumps are sufficient to get him every bit of information he possibly could, because Pistol can quickly run it down. In fact, that's what happens. He still goes for the jump shots and gets overrun. A Dren with 2. Do they know it's a stacked position? Certainly not. Hobbit slides back out. He'll do the same effect. And 1 better. He'll take down Electronic.
They still get 2 kills on pretty much a full eco. That's about as good as it was ever going to get. And this should make this round quite interesting now. Double digits for Gambit, but of course the AK is coming out for Na'Vi now. After getting the bomb down in the pistol. For anyone that's not familiar, I'm sure this is quite layman's at this point, but we'll just explain that you do get an extra $800 for the bomb going down. It enables you to buy up in the 3rd round on the T side instead of the 4th. There is no such reward on the CT side. It's just for the terrorists in that respect. If you defuse the bomb, you get an extra win reward. You get 3,500 instead of 3,250. Not much, but it's something. Grenade towards middle. It's just Zeus who takes the Galil instead. They'll be lacking 1 or 2 kills in this half. Well, here we go. Towards long they go, 4 players. These rounds always a little bit difficult to read. It's normally on the fly calls, trying to shut down the fact they won't have the AWP. And they have long control. Can't fully execute from long. You want to go towards bathrooms as once with the side. Going to smoke towards the end. And definitely throw a couple of smokes at all 4 players coming out of that choke point can be a little bit tricky.
Mo looking for an angle. Smoke down. This is a checked position, a pre-fired checked position from Edward, who snaps around and finds C's as well toward the dumpster. And it is Gambit getting absolutely dumpstered this round, I'm afraid. Edward's going to hold toward the top of the bank stairs. Bomb will be planted in a rotation from Doji and Hobbiter. Well, yeah, I think that's the right call, Hobbit. I was going to say, not the greatest idea at this point in time when you're going against 5 inside of the site. What a shot from Edward. So Na'Vi pick up their first round of the second half. They do so early.
They will indeed. The long play works out. Edward, 2 kills. Quite a game for him so far, but that's significant. Zeus gets 1, and it will be Hobbit and Dosia trying to save it. Flashbang towards short, but they will survive. Money going to be running low. Remember, against that full eco, they did lose 2 kills then, and then 3 players going down and the round loss. And you get $1,400 per player here. If they were going to buy into this round, Hobbit would have to drop 1 M4. C's can buy himself. There'll be a couple of compromises here. They actually get 4 in total. It's not horrific. Mo goes down to the CZ. He gets armor and 1 smoke. One defuse kit for Dosia. Na'Vi know they have full control of the finances right now, so what will their play be? As they go into a default, this is what you want to see. Work out what weapons you're up against first. Is there a particular stack going on? Time will tell. Flamey gets intel towards the connector. Got his teammate with him using that buddy system. There's the boost, trying to get some intel towards short, and they might nade out the door. We'll have to have a look.
Not sure what Hobbit's plan is. He'll go for the safe nade. Can't jump now. They're already inside of it. Barely. Scrapes Zeus, who gets back inside of the door. In fact, from that range, I don't even know that the door was taken off its hinges or not. Whether that comes to effect on rotations, I don't think will matter because there's 4 already inside of the B site. The question now for Na'Vi is, do they go? Or do they slow this down further and try and get information by the looks of it with 45 seconds and everyone on the B side? This will be a take. This will be a full execution. Zeus is still watching to make sure no one's coming in from behind them. But it's Seas that wants to step out. Flamey in front. He's got a chance to try and do so, but Flamey shuts him down with the AK-47. 2 stacked up at the pit. 1 in the smoke behind the barrels. That's an interesting position to be in. And I agree with the nade. Because Flamey's now down to 4 HP. That should be pre-fire. That should be him gone. They can't find him, though. He's got a player directly beside him. They hug the wall, and they line it up. As Edward now looks for Adren. They'll succeed quite flawlessly at losing 2 players with 4 inside of the site defensively. That's not bad.
It doesn't matter on the T side now. They know they've broken Gambit completely. There's going to be a full eco, so only 2 players going down is actually very good indeed. Gambit can't hold on. They'll have to, given at this point, allow Na'Vi to tie things up at 10-10. Anyone's game here. They're on the quote-unquote easier side, being on CTs. That has purchased a PT-50 and a flashbang. $500 spent in this round. When Mac 10 comes out, Zeus knows what he's up against. Probably see something very simple here. It's a B stack from Gambit. You see Electronic holding up, waiting for anyone to push. Stosia gets towards short pipe, and we'll see if he does get detected. Adrenamo will follow up. Oh, Electronic, this position is filth.
Electronic. Shot out. Pistols. Walks into a crossfire. Electronic does get 1 back. That fence swallows bullets, but Electronic goes all the way around it. Make sure that he hits Mo. It's simple. We'll join over toward the B side. It's just Hobbit remaining, and we've got a 10-10 game.
Oh, yes. Hobbits will do what he can. But you can put the house on it, and you will not be winning this round. USP only, 4 kills to find. This might be a kill. Takes it on Simple, surprisingly. Simple actually looking pretty off today. But his teammates stepping up, especially Flamey. Electronic 3 kills that round. As we'll move on. Is there a buy available? There is for Gambit, but AWP would be difficult. Mo can buy it with no armor. He can get a smoke and an AWP. That's it, which he does buy. 3 M4s seized. Will probably join in with the 4 if he does. No defuse kits purchased yet. They're actually very limited in terms of general extras. They get 4 smokes, 1 incendiary. I think Hobbit would have been better off with the defuse kit instead of the can of fire. (10-10) as the Dren goes exploring. The CTs can't really afford to hold right back here, knowing they're so under-equipped, especially Mo with no armor. See if they can get a first kill and fall back. Oh, but it's behind the bicycle there. Edward exploring for intel, but the Dren good position. Not good enough though. Zeus completely dispatches of him. 5 and 4.
4 indeed. Flamey's got a spot at top of the stairs. She's going to look down to see if anyone's in that direction. They are down there. Right below Electronic. He's going to swing down. Does check it, and Seized is looking behind toward water, wondering if they're going to wrap from where Doja is. Doesn't happen. So Seized gone immediately. Great start from from Na'Vi. If they pull this round on overpass against Gambit, it certainly says a lot. And I do, again, Gambit's so good on this map, you question how they changed so much, or rather, what sort of one-dimensional on their T side. You would have thought that Hobbit at least had a mindset of what worked previously, perhaps overthinking it in that Zeus is their old in-game leader,
Sure.
and he would have thought, oh, well, he's going to know all of that, so let's change it up.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the game. Knowing he knows your team inside out, every roll, every little nuance. As we get into 15 seconds remaining, classic Na'Vi style. No bomb down just yet, but there is one potential play. Mo towards long that could ruin everything for them. Can they lock it down? If he can deny the bomb now, round's over. Can't do it. Bomb will be planted. 3 on 2. Oh my goodness, out of nowhere, Flamey finds 2. 11-10, another eco for Gambit coming in. They are at 4th stage loss bonus now, 2,900. As you can see, that's reflected in their cash. Gambit tried to get information at the very start of that round, trying to get that first pick. Interesting positions. We saw one behind the bicycle along, behind the rubbish bin in the middle. Zeus opens things up. It's actually a really nice shot from him. 15 kills. He's almost at the top. He's having a very good game today. Not normally one of the key fraggers for Na'Vi. He's actually looked much better this tournament. He got an ace on Inferno yesterday. And a very key gun round. Molotov's in. And like we said, full eco for the Gambit side.
Shots from Edward don't land, but he'll swing out. Spotted Dren. Still the pistols succeed. Gambit with a chance to steal a round away, especially if Zeus is going to miss shots. They're being gifted this round almost. It's simple to try and hold it. He's the last alive. 7 HP against 3. Luckily, Flamey did manage to get 1 before going down.
Get rid of that orb. Don't want to offer that up.
No, and it seems peculiar that he just leaves it in the site rather than throwing it over a wall. He doesn't expect, especially with no one inside of the B site, that if he's to go down on A, there'll be anyone nearby enough to it. So that's exactly what he's essentially doing, is getting rid of it. He's also stuck behind them. Good play from Seized. Good awareness from Seized.
So where's the gun? What's he done? Well, there it is. Gambit tied things up. Very well done there to have a fighting chance in that round. It's going to be all the rounds here today, Matt. 11-11 comes in. Simple back on the AWP. Money's pretty strong in the Na'Vi camp. What have Gambit got in store for us this time? Mo, 13 kills in total. It's going to be Caesar the best spawn. He could go towards Connector, try and challenge towards that position. No one going down on the T side just yet. Flamey making his way towards the playground. Here's Seized, like we said, going towards the Connector. Challenge comes in. Mo spots 1. Should be hitting that shot. Definitely had the advantage. Flick slightly off. Simple, lucky to be alive. Repositions back towards long. Looking for an on crossing over. Very common position to be flashed like that. Can't hit the shot again. 2 opportunities there. Neither of them yielding any success, but that's a flashbang from Seas, continuing that good form we saw yesterday. Knows how Zeus likes to play. Good flash, takes him down. 5-4 now. A very key round. Both teams struggling for cash. Simple looking for any jumpers behind the APC. Mo rattling off speculative shots there towards long. Repositions of the truck. This will be an A play. You can see all 4 players for Na'Vi positioned along. Molotov towards bank. Puts the smoke. Flashbangs come in. It's looking quite promising now. Mo finally hits a shot, but goes down straight away.
Shots back out, though, for Flamey and Electronic. They stand firm again. Gambit with the last round certainly gives themselves a steal to game, and Hobbit is coming alive on the CT side finally as well. 3 more kills for him to shut out the round. He actually leads the way overall, considering it a very slow start T-sided. He's now 19-14, only 1 behind Flamey, who leads the server. Simple, by the way, only with 11 kills so far,
Yeah.
but 12 rounds now for Gambit.
It's so rare not to see him at the top of the scoreboard. That does not bode well for this best of 3. Overpass is normally a map where he can drop bombs on as well. It's a very open and aggressive map, especially for CTs. Didn't really see him get into the groove of things at all. So his teammates have to step up, which they are. Zeus, very good game. Flamey as well. 12-11. Mishmash buy for Na'Vi now. Khalil's AKs. A couple of pistols. Simple yet to buy. I assume he's got a weapon drop for him, considering that. Have a look at what they purchased. 6K by Flamey. So he could have dropped the AWP. Time will tell. Yes, indeed he did. So the orb's out. Simple has it again. Last buy for Na'Vi before they're broken. Gambit with the lead once more. Once again in the connector. And Simple, that's more like it. Takes down Mo at the very start of the round. That's the AWP gone for Gambit. Now they can hold up, wait for any sort of reactions here. What are the CTs going to do to get some possession back in their control? Will they push off towards B, holding the bar front, so let's fall right back in the bomb site and try and hold off an execution? Maybe stack 3 players towards B. Leave the AWP. If recoverable towards A, doesn't look like it has been picked up. There it is. 3 players do go towards B. And it's just leaving Adren solo on the A site. Is he joining them in B as well? Have they gone all in? They've got all 4 players, Matt, in the B bomb site. They've left A completely open. This is a gamble and then some.
Oh, what a shot from Flamey. That's astonishing because now the stack ultimately doesn't even matter if they go that direction, having 1 man down already. Boost. Found out. Pallet's position, rather. I should say, but now they won't get Doji as well. This is flawless. Stack up all you like. Gamble was correct in terms of location, but all wrong in terms of effectiveness. Inside of the site, Adren's going to try and be clever in the smoke. Lets them go by. Finds 1 immediately. Not that effective on the M4. Doesn't know that Electronic's already down toward the pit as well. And that was c'est parfait, as he's saying with his finger gesture.
Exactly. Absolutely that. And it's going to be Na'Vi tying things up. As we'll see maybe another pause come in. No, it's going to just be an eco by the looks of things. Tired of matchmaking hell? Join Dream Team.
Elo hell.
Just reading it off the paper. Don't know what that means, but join Dream Team.
Matchmaking is a little bit difficult sometimes. I can understand. I don't ever get to matchmake because no one wants to play with me. And solo queue isn't that fun.
Maybe they can elaborate on this. So the other motto they've got is, so it's for Dream Team. Next major is yours, but only with the Dream Team. Ultimate team building platform. There we go. They've got double bubble for
that.
me.
That makes sense to me. They're saying that you could win the next major if you join their system. Theoretically, hypothetically, as long as you build the right team, and they're allowing you to do that through them.
Well, there we go.
They're giving you a chance to build.
They've got 2 shout-outs there.
You build your potential dream team. That's 3.
Perfect.
That's 3.
No, I did. Which one did I do before? I did CS Money first. I've done Twitch, and I've done Dream Team.
Who's Twitch?
They're world's largest video platform and community for gamers.
I haven't been on there in a while.
Well, you're on here right now.
Oh,
believe it or not.
Hi, Mom.
Round number 25, full eco. Oh, maybe not. Dosia and Adren go for helmets against the AKs. Alrighty then. Can they win with the connector stack here? I would say no, but it's a double AWP setup on the T side. Not traditional.
Zeus takes down Seized. Zeus tries to go further than that. Adren will get 1 kill back. Wants to rush to that AK as quickly as I can. I can, he can. And Simple, with what everyone will jokingly call the poor man's dragon lore. The dead horse. So Jen back to the top of the stairs.
It's got the AK.
And Mo's got problems. Electronic slides in from Monster all too easy. Gambit's got a gap in the smoke, but a 5-7 to work with. Here's the steps. Gets the bomb. Could be doing all right. Oh, you give him credit. It would have gotten the kill on the bomber, surely. But he's denied in doing so. Flamey with the final kill. Na'Vi back in the lead. And it's going to be a struggle for Gambit with money for the rest of this game if they're not careful, especially if they lose this round. I don't know that they'll recover, to be fair.
We'll have to see. They didn't remember they got armor in the previous round, so they're not going to have amazing catch. Hobbit, I think, was one of those players. He gets a UMP and some grenades. It's not too bad. AWP for Mo up against that double AWP setup. We'll see whether He wants to challenge at the very start. Flamey's going towards the connector right now. Edward watching the playground. Smoke deployed to push through the flames. Electronic will be facing towards the boost. Doesn't work out though. Seas takes him down. That's actually a wallbang, I believe. If we can get a replay of that, that would be great. Didn't see it from his POV. Here's Hobbit. Great position there. That's going to work wonders for him. Takes down Zeus. 5 on 3. They're not done here just yet. Anyone's map.
So Hobbit's to hold at water with the door closed. He'll know when it opens, and Doge is there to set a crossfire with them when they walk through. Good. He was there. Simple actually had the door all pre-opened for him, and there was no response. Does get the shot back onto Simple, but Flamey's gone for the same AWP. Knows that Hobbit's in the corner, and he's trying to get him out. Flashbang to try and do so. Can't get the angle. Get rid of the op now on the Flamey or Na'Vi side. Get rid of the first one at least. Great start to the round from Gambit. As I mentioned as well, this round mattered tremendously in terms of economy. Hobbit refuses to leave the door. Marked or otherwise, he's not leaving it. As Flamey goes back up the stairs, he'll try and just get away with the AWP. 21 seconds. I say that. He actually throws it away to himself. I think he's trying to make... Okay, it's kind of cool. It looks flamboyant. I think what he's actually trying to do is, if he died going around toward Fountain, if someone was there, they hopefully wouldn't see the AWP.
Yeah. We'll be holding on to this one, at least. Nice work by Gambit there. Seas got the first kill. I think it was a wallbang through the wooden board, so I'm not sure if he was boosted or not. I couldn't quite tell. Maybe we'll see a replay. Probably not, but we'll find out. We don't have control over this broadcast. We get what the Russian broadcast gets. We get whatever they've asked for. We'll get that wallbang in the start. Hobbit, great work, pushing off towards short after his teammate picked up the first kill. He did a fantastic job there. As the money goes back and forth, it's Gambit. Now with more firepower, it seems. More utility, at least. Flamey goes towards middle, trying to force his way in.
Trying to back all the way to the site. Mo will watch long with the op. Gambit win this round. Na'Vi will be starved. He's going to go back toward the park sign as well, which is fine, because then he can play off of a Dren. C's just going to rotate over preemptively. Good find from Simple. Oh, the angle, and Mo goes down to Dren. Does make up for it. Takes down Edward and Zeus at the front of the bathrooms. Bomb drop temporarily as well. Simple's wondering how best to approach the situation. He actually nails the shot, and Flamey follows on C's. That's the rotation. Doge is going to try and go for the flank, but Simple's ready for that as well. It's come to Hobbit. And Hobbit's kill is perfectly timed, because as soon as Electronic goes down, Simple then goes to aid Flamey so they can get the bomb planted. That allows Doja in. That's perfect timing to allow the flank to potentially work out and get past where Simple was holding. So they get the site. Hobbit knows Doge is sneaking in behind them, and he's trying to buy space and time, just staying alive. They'll continue to search for him. Bomb's not picked up, and that's when Doge strikes. Very well played between Doge and Hobbit.
It's going to be yielding success here. Well played, absolutely. 2 kills for Hobbit once again. Coming to life now. And the tail end of this first map at the best of 3. 24 kills for him. He actually started off very quietly. He's gone absolutely ham in the second half. I think he finished the first with like 6 kills or something. He's gone monster mode. As the money is broken by the looks of the Na'Vi, they're going to take a Hail Mary and force by it. CZ's, a Khalil, and an AK-47. Simple, starting to wake up now, 15 kills. Very quiet in the first half. I think he finished with 8. Molotov towards short to stop that fast push. Like we saw, you can smoke on top of it and then push through. Does force the T's to use one of their smokes, so either way it's fine. Hobbit asserting his dominance in this particular area once again.
Got a little more passive this time. Go for the boost. Looked like he was asking Seized if he could get one, but they're going to transition. He'll go back out toward the sandbags. Doja has also gone aggressively toward water. Play outside the short tunnel. Pistols only. Needs to be careful not to get caught out. Hobbit's got to support him. He does. Takes out Flamey. That allows Doja to peek short, thinking if they're coming from the door, they're likely coming through the tunnel as well. Doja's lost. But Hobbit getting Zeus means it's a 4 versus 2 still in the favor of Gambit. Still the one gun, Electronic. He's now upgraded that to an M4, and he'll throw the Galil to Edward. 2 guns. And back over toward A instead. Interesting decision as well, because all the aggression toward B does leave 3 players on that side of the map for Gambit, which therefore means a rotation to A. If they win against Adren, if they win the duel, they can get this bomb down, and it's a reasonably good chance of winning the round as a result.
And the game.
True.
There'll be no money for Na'Vi. That's if the bomb does not get planted. Here we go then, 4-on-2 with Electronic and Edward. Has to go big here, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Electronic just need to get a plant at this point. That's not going to happen either. Map point for Gambit. As we go into the final round, potentially the final round. As I said, no money really here for Na'Vi at all. $2,400 per player. Let's say loss bonus, and they have to buy. No other choice. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I guess they've dropped 1 AK. Give that to Simple. That's usually their go-to approach. That means Electronic gets nothing. He had $2,800. He drops an AK map. He gets a Glock. Oh, he's got a Deagle now. He's got Deagle, no armor. So it's up to Simple now. It's a quiet game so far. Can he get it all together now as they go for a fast speed play here? 3 towards short. The flames are down. They got to take some damage here, but dropping that same smoke, but the nades landing in the face of Edward.
With nades, they do an okay amount of damage. Thankfully for his sake, he had
Here he comes.
armor, but Simple starts it. He's tagged, though. He's down to 16. He's meant to get all 5 with that AK. Obviously, it's not, but he's meant to be a massive impact. Yes, giving him the opening is great.
He can drop the AK now to Flamey, for
say.
example, right? But it doesn't look like he wants to. He wants to find all the frags. Hobbit has been so good so far. Does he find Edward here? Edward is low. Spots him. Nice shot. Takes him down. 4-on-4. Well recovered.
Smartly falls back as well. That's exactly what he had to do. Yeah, I was going to say, Simple can't drop it. There's armor on other people, but he's certainly not a tank anymore. Flamey up close with the Deagle. Bomb still back toward T-steps as well. Looks like Simple's slowly getting back in that direction now to grab it. Where does he head? Because the other 2 at A have yet to run into any trouble out toward bathrooms. Underpass cleared to make sure no one's lurking behind them. And Zeus trying to sell a smoke toward A. That's not going to matter now because C's taking down Flamey. A solid play from Gambit should be the game as well. Zeus is the only other one with armor that the AK might be beneficial of being in his hands. Simple trusts his aim to be sufficient even with the 16 HP, but Seized is in a good position to potentially spray him down. Find Zeus. All too easy. And there it is. Simple gone. Electronic is able to trade it, but a 1 versus 3. Map 1 in the hands of Mo at the end with the AWP. Goes the way of Gambit.
Very well played to Gambit there. The T side, a little bit weird, considering they focus so much on that B bomb side, but CT side, Hobbit goes absolutely nuts there. He finished the first half of like 8 frags, I think it was, ends up with 28 in the second. That's much better by him. Decent game once again from Seized. And yeah, that was actually quite impressive. Very back and forth game. You can see both these teams have a very good read on each other. They know what they're going to be playing. They know what the weaknesses are. Back and forth in terms of the force buys. The key factor for me is that the Simple. Yes, he was present in the game. It's not like he had a bad one, but he was not carrying Na'Vi like usual. He didn't have one of those wild games. There was no Simple highlights there.
Yep.
You probably can't recall a single moment of his where he actually had significant multi-frags there. So that's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Yesterday, he was lights out, and this is the problem for Na'Vi. If he has one of those days where he's not amazing, Na'Vi are definitely going to struggle. And Gambit look like the better team now.
That does seem like it is still the case. I mean, yesterday we were saying that it's getting more and more that Simple doesn't need to be the hard carry. It seems in Pro League that Electronics come on a little bit, but we haven't put that to the test yet. Today we did, or this game at least we did, and Gambit comes out. So 16-13, we'll take a short break. Map 1 is done, but we move on to Mirage, and that's where Na'Vi could be deadly.
LootBet, online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible! Anything is possible!
You still always a monster, Tom!